Welcome to the horoscope reading for December for the air signs. Today we're going to be looking at different aspects for what's coming for you for the month of December if you're an air sign. Hi, I'm Kathy and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's in the Cards Divination. So for those of you who are trying to figure out what's coming for you in the month of December and you are a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, then stay tuned. This video is for you. So we're going to be looking at your work and finances, your family, and any relationships that you may have. What's happening? What could you expect possibly coming up in the month of December? All right, my friends, if you are born May 21, June 21, then you're a Gemini. If you are born September 23rd to October 23rd, you're a Libra. That's my sign. And finally, if you're born between January 20th and February 18th, you are the Aquarius sign. So, my dear friends, let us go and just straighten this out for you so you can maybe see them a little bit. And when you're ready, go into the description box below and there'll be a timestamp for you and you can listen to your upcoming reading and predictions for the month of December. So let's us get started and I'll see you in your reading. Okay, Gemini, let's get started on your reading for the month of December. Okay, let's see. What are we going to look at first? We're looking at money. Then we'll go into the work situation. What does tarot tell us about your expected money situation for the month of December coming up? Yes, let's see, my dear Geminis, what's going to happen? First card is the Two of Wands. Okay, let me turn it that way. Two of Wands here. Then we have the Six of Swords. So there's a situation this month in December that you're not sure of what to do with respect to your money. For most of you, the majority, it talks more about your future plans and what you're going to do with your money. I'm looking at the Two of Wands, and you're at a point, a crossroads, where you want to do something, but you don't know which direction you should turn. Maybe some of you have some long-term plans this year coming up in the new year. December shows maybe some of you are planning a trip based on these two cards, and you've looked at your finances, it's doable, you want to go forward. Maybe you're going away in the winter, and it looks like it's potentially going to happen in the month of December, maybe for some of you, or it's going to be coming up in the new year. But it looks like you've already made arrangement, you've made provision, you can do it, you've got the money for it. Some of you might be even moving out of a bad situation in December, whether it is a job or a home situation that has been giving you problems with your finances. But you've got it all arranged. You've made arrangement. You know what you have to do, and you're going to do it. And in some cases, it could be just as simple as some of you are planning for your future financially this month of December, and you want to make sure you have enough money going forward. It looks like you potentially will, or at least you're in the beginning stages of figuring that out. For some of you, if you're really young, this could speak to the idea that when you're starting out and you're trying to set up for retirement for the future, for the long haul, this is the early days, okay? So the month of December in your finances is like looking, do I have enough money for my future? Am I going to be able to sustain it? For some of you, you've got really good plans this month of December, ways you want to spend your money, but um, there's some of you that maybe you need to be a little more restrained. Don't quite spend all the money you thought you had. Um, because it's just, you need to move out of that mindset because it's not going to serve you by the time the next new year comes around. It doesn't speak about money specifically in this reading. It speaks about your mind and your ideas and your things behind it. In other words, this is more about what's going on mentally for you in the month of December around your money. It's like, yeah, I've got these plans and I've made arrangements. I want to go forward with it in whatever way you are using your money. Some of you might be buying a new car. You want to buy a car this year, mode of transportation based on the two cars. But is it affordable or are you going to wait? It is a decision you can make. It's telling you you have the free will. It looks like it's going to move forward for most of you. Whatever decision it is you have in December, you have to make. It looks like you're going to make it and you're going to stick to it. Okay. So that's the money aspect of it. Now let's see what's happening with the job or your work situation, my friends. Sometimes they don't always go hand in hand, do they? All right. Let's see. What can you tell us for the month of December for Gemini about their work situation? What can you tell us? Let's hear this. All right. We have the Five of Swords, but in the reverse. Oops, hang on, let me turn that for you. Five of Swords, reversed. All right. And the Seven of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, this is the opposite type of situation, but it's in reverse, so it's not great. Let me see here. Although, so there is a situation in around your work. Some of you are out of work. Simple as that. That's what those two cards are telling me. You're still not seeing anything in the month of December for some of you Geminis. But the other, at their work situation, there has been conflict going on, and it's around, I feel like it's around a raise or getting more money for you. And it looks to me like the month of December, potentially it may not be going forward. So if you were counting on some money or a change in your job situation for the month of December, it doesn't look like it's delayed somehow. Okay. The Five of Swords in the reverse is you giving up, not sure. Um, what's going to happen for you, feeling that way, okay? Like nothing's going to happen this month of December around the workplace. Your time is important, and I feel like it's been squandered. I'm hearing that. It's like I have put a lot of time and effort into something. I have been in constant, um, I don't want to say win mode, but you've been wanting to get your point across about something and you put a lot of effort into it, but it's not being absorbed. That would be the word I would use. It's not being taken into consideration for some reason. This is very specific, and I'm hearing this. It's like this month, Gemini, there's this feeling around the workplace that you've been trying to um, it's involving other people in the workplace, okay? Whether it's coworkers, bosses, management, you've been trying very hard to get your point across on a project or on something that's going on with a coworker or in a meeting or in a group setting, and I feel like it's falling flat this month. It's not coming to fruition. You're losing your patience with this situation. The advice this month for you, Gemini, in a work situation, you need to have some patience. Don't be so quick to give up on this situation. Okay, so whatever is going on in the workplace, you're ready to give up. Okay, you've had enough of whatever is going on, but the cards are telling me that you need to be more patient. Don't be so impulsive and ready to give up on this situation. All right. Could be an advancement, could be a raise, could be a lot of anything in these particular situations, right? So let us see now, Gemini, what is happening with respect to your family this month overall. What can you expect? Or what is scenarios do we have to look at? Let's see here. Oh, the Four of Swords in the upright. And the King of Pentacles upright. Okay. So there's a main male energy, Geminis, who is very important this month for you. But you know what? This kind of ties in as well with, I was going to say it's also a work. It's overall around everything. There's a person here, this King of Pentacles energy, I feel is about whether it's this significant other in your life or yourself, if it's referring to a significant other in the family. Okay, I'm going to say a King of Pentacles could represent any male energy that upright that is in your family member who is successful, doing well, comes across as being comfortable in their life. I feel like there's there's something going on there that's not with that person that is not necessarily reality or not necessarily what is seen, in other words. I feel like maybe, yes, they're showing as being very comfortable and doing things well, but maybe there's a bit of feeling for some of you Geminis like they are not necessarily doing as well as they're come across. The other scenario is, my friends, you've been spending too much time at work. You've been staying away from your family members, immediate family members, and particularly this King of Pentacles, maybe it's a spouse, and you need to spend more time with that person. I feel like there's been too much isolation from them. The other scenario is that you're going to have to isolate from this person because you potentially could be sick this month in the month of December. Now, I don't normally read sickness or health, but there is a feeling of time out there. Okay. And so you may need to take some time out for yourself, away from family, away from this particular individual. Maybe this is the time you need just to focus on you this month, okay, Gemini? It's showing this sort of, I was going to say isolation, and that's what this is what this card represents. But you need to spend more time looking after yourself too. And some of you, it's also spending time with this person. Maybe you have been spending too much time alone on your own. And it's time to put the family back into family. Whichever family member this King of Pentacles could be representing, I feel like you need to be paying more attention to them. I mean, it's not that they're doing badly. It looks like they're doing okay, but I just feel like there's this disconnect here. This person is busy doing their thing, and this person is doing their own thing over here. So I feel like you need to come together this month. Possibly you will because of the fact it's the holidays coming up and you spend more time with family. There could be this sense that um, you just want to give your brain a rest, you know? This Four of Swords in the upright. It's like maybe you have been having trouble um, just being around other people is what I'm hearing. And especially family. It's like sometimes it's too chaotic, right? So I feel like maybe this is the chance for you. Maybe it's just the two of you this month that you should be more focused on. And like I say, some of you, it might be because of illness, not a long-term illness. It could be even a cold or some kind of something going around where you have to spend some time resting. Okay. So it doesn't show specifically engaging with family this month. There's also, I feel like for some of you, there could have been a situation with this King of Pentacles where you have been having There's been some difficulty with them. Maybe for some of you, you've been spending a lot of time with them. It could be the opposite. And you need some time out, as I was saying. You need some time out to yourself. Yeah, like sometimes we get so involved with other people's issues and lives, especially our family who we love. You do need that time out, okay? So I'm going to leave that with you. Let's go into relationships. Now, this can be any relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic. So let's see where it seems to be focused for you Geminis this month of December. All right. What have we got going on here? We have the Nine of Wands in the upright. Okay. And the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. I think what's going on here, there is, and this is going to be very generic because, in other words, this will apply to friendships, romantic situations, spouses, whatever. This is all encompassing of all relationships. So, however this pertains to you and it resonates, then that is what they're trying to tell you, Gemini. There is this feeling of you've been so focused in the last while, focused on either work, finances, or your other problems, your other difficulties that you are ignoring that person. There's a situation here where you're not spending enough time with this individual. You can see how in both pictures they're alone. The Four of Pentacles in reverse, it's about holding on to, I feel like you're too obsessed and holding on to things that you shouldn't be. Some of you, I'm hearing it's about traits about this person, whether it's a friend or a relationship. It's like you're looking at the negative. In other words, if you're looking at traits with this partnership, relationship, I feel like you're focused on the fact that maybe they are a little bit tight with their money. They're very obsessed about getting ahead in this world as far as their job or studies. And you feel like maybe they just don't have time for you. That kind of is how I feel. It's either you or them that is not giving enough of yourself. I'm feeling like it could go either way, okay? That this person, maybe there's a controlling issue around this individual. They're trying to control your time, even. You're looking at that aspect this month. I feel like they're going to be trying to get you away from what you've been doing, whether it's your studies, your work, doing things on your own time, even things you enjoy. And I feel like you just want to keep going with what you've been doing, but they're trying to control your situation. Let me see what else we can get on this. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, see, that is definitely, this is reflective of this person. It's like they just want to take you away from all this month. And not that that's a bad thing because he's in the upright, but it's very fast paced. It's like they want you to really get out of this situation. Okay. Whether it's work, as I said, studying, whatever the case is, they want you to be with them, be a part of them. This also goes back to the family situation. It could be a spouse, but as well, if you have a very close friendship, I feel like they just want you to get out and about and they're like, come on, let's go. We need to do something. Stop. Stop what you're doing. Stop spending so much time with your head in the books, reading, whatever it is you're doing on your own. They want you to return to how you were before. See how he's looking towards the past? He is like, you used to be more fun. So I'm hearing, let's get going. Let's try something new. Let's enjoy this month together. It's very fast-paced energy, I feel, with this card. It's like they want you, they're kind of impulsive, but not this month, it's in a good way. It's like they want to have a good time and they're tired of the same old and sitting around and not spending the money. There's also that aspect. It's like I know we've been saving and trying not to spend the money. This is what I'm hearing. But let's get out there and have a good time this month. Let's do something together. Let's enjoy our time together. Enough of this being heavy duty focusing on whatever it is you've been spending too much focusing on. Maybe you're learning something. Maybe your time has been taken away with the computer or your phone. Let's get out there and have a good time. It's gonna cost you some money, but don't be afraid to open your wallet and have a good time with your friend, partner, whatever relationship this is actually referring to. Okay. So don't be afraid to enjoy that time together. So let's see what else, what advice the cards give you about Gemini, about this month of December overall. Let's see, what advice I give you. Let's see here. A wedding. A wedding. So, for those of you that this does not directly speak of a wedding, it speaks of breathing life into your current situation in whatever way possible. Your relationships, your marriage, with friends, whatever this is referring to. It's because it's a union of two people, obviously. So it's speaking about spend time with one other person, doing things, as I mentioned, doing things you enjoy together. It also speaks about, let's see. It says marriage is the union, we know that, two souls joined in love, mutual respect, and commitment. So it talks about it signifies a desire to deepen love over time. So commitment in. This is what it's telling me with some other situation. Put in the time, put in the energy, and your commitment this month. Overall, this is the generic reading for wedding, and it will come back to benefit you for the new year. Okay. So when we talk about relationships here, you're putting in the commitment to spend time with this person. Okay. Whoever they are. It appears to be just sort of one on one. Not that you can't spend it with others, but it's really talking about there's one particular person, Gemini, that you need to be more aware of, spend more time with this month. The King of Pentacles, it talks about with your family, the Knight of Swords in your relationships. And overall, I think then your month may go a little bit better for you. Okay. So, my Geminis, I'm going to leave this with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye for now. Hi, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the month of December. I feel like I'm reading for myself because, as I mentioned, that's my own personal horoscope sign for my Libra folks. Let's see, we're going to start off, as I mentioned, with the money aspect this month of December. What can you expect? What is happening this month, most likely, with finances, right? Let's see what we got here. Let's go. What do we got? Well, a Ten of Swords in the reverse. That's a better way to see that card, believe it or not. It is. Okay, look at this here. Then we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Oh dear. So I feel like for most of you, financially, in the last while, things have not been good. Okay, we're going to move this over here. Financially, ooh, you see that rock bottom? Yeah. In fact, I feel like some of you have lost your money. It's like it's been taken away from you or somebody's taken it from you. Um, for some of you Libras, it's financially, I wouldn't say you're destitute, but for some of you, it definitely could indicate how you feel about it. You feel like there's just, you're getting, in fact, I see these swords as creditors. Like they're constantly at you. They're constantly trying to get you to pay your bills. The month of December does show an improvement, slight. It's starting to get better. Things are starting to go on the upward way financially, but it's still an issue this month, and it's probably because of the holidays, most likely. But you've accumulated a lot of debt, is what I'm hearing, Libra, and you are having difficulty. Your emotions are really feeling bad this month about it. I feel like you don't have enough go around with the Ace of Cups in the reverse, and it's going to cause you some difficult emotions this month. And I hate to say that because I mean that's my own horoscope. I hope that's not right. But I feel like there's been too much of this in the past, and it's now finally this month you're getting the pressure starting to ease a little bit. There's still an issue here. You still have the debt. So keep working on that, okay? Maybe some of you this month were hoping, some Libras were hoping to be offered a new job, and it goes hand in hand with the money aspect. Maybe somebody was offering you, you were hoping they were going to offer you some help, and it's not happening or it's delayed in December. So financially, I hate to say it, but that's more or less what you can expect. Let's see what your job situation is. It may probably go hand in hand for some of you, but let's see what's going. Oh, this is what it feels like too when they're constantly bombarding you if you owe a lot of money. I remember years ago, and it's just this constant, you feel like you can't get out of that pit of debt. Okay, but it does show that the swords are falling out this month, Libra, and things will start to slightly improve. You're still going to be feeling that stress this month. Okay, it hasn't gone away, unfortunately. Okay, job. What can we say for Libra about their job this month? All right, we have the Six of Swords, but in the reverse, and the Page of Swords upright. Some of you have been looking into a new job. I feel like you've been wanting to leave your old job, but this month it is. It's not happening this month. You're not hearing about it. It's not happening. For whatever reason, it's just not happening. Whether you decide to change your mind and you're not going to leave, maybe you've been looking into the other place and it maybe wasn't quite what you thought it was going to be. Sometimes it's better where you are, even if it is a difficult situation, right? So a lot of you, there's been there's somebody in that workplace, a Page of Swords, a younger person, or somebody who's very catty and mature, who may be leaving. Maybe they've been spreading rumors about it. There's a situation about that. They've been telling tales is the expression where maybe they've been throwing the idea around that yeah, I'm going to get out of here, or maybe they're constantly complaining about it. It's like they're constantly saying they're leaving but they don't actually do it. And I don't feel this is necessarily you per se, although it could be. You could be the one that's constantly talking about going and you've been looking into it, but you're not doing it. It's kind of like pissing it off the pot. If you're going to do it, do it. Make sure you've got all your I's dotted, T's crossed, you know what's coming, what to expect. And you know what? It doesn't talk about the money aspect of it. It's more about the mental health that's going on in this situation. There is a toxic situation in the workplace for some of you Libras here. And it's not, the more you look into it, the worse it is. Okay. And by staying, it's not going to get better. Okay. So there is this aspect of it that you may want to cut that cord if there's something better waiting for you. I'm never telling anybody to leave a job if they don't have a job. But if there is something better for you out there, it's saying don't wait. It looks like you will, though, for the month of December. That's the prediction I'm getting. Nothing's happening as far as that goes. For some of you, you were wanting to take holidays this month. You were trying to look into it, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen for whatever reason, whether you can't get the time off or the coworker's sick because of, and that's why you can't get the time off. Something, there's a reason you can't get it. I feel like maybe you're always taking time off. I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound judgy, but maybe that's the reason. I don't know. But it could just be that there's seniority, somebody else has got the time off, and you're just not able to get away for vacation this month. Anyways, for those of you that were trying to take time off from work, it doesn't look like it's going to happen this month. And yeah, I'm gonna have to work, unfortunately, eh? We all have to put our time in. So let us see what is going to happen family-wise. Just move those over for you. Okay, families next. What's coming? Especially the most family month of the year, especially in North America. Okay, what is happening? Libra, the family situation. See what we've got going on. Most of you, what is it? All right, we have temperance, especially upright. Love to see it. Okay, and we have Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, upright. So yeah, I feel like it's this month you're just most of the Libras, and that's because they're Libras and they are the scales and they love things to be balanced, things to be at peace, the temperance. This is the month where you just don't want any stress. This is the good luck. This is the month where you're just focusing on trying to keep peace with your family. That is the bottom line here. You are, I feel like you're the peacemaker, and that's often what the Libras are referred to. But it's like you're the one juggling back and forth between family members, trying to keep the equilibrium, keep things in moderation. In some ways, these two cards are opposite. This one's moderation, this one is focus, like an intense focus, right? So you're trying to keep things from getting too intense this month. You're trying to make sure everybody's happy. Maybe a lot of you are hosting. There's some hosting going on with the temperance, like pouring drinks. I feel like you could be the one putting on the parties, having the events with the family. That's what's going on. And it's a good thing. It's a happy thing. Don't let yourself spend too much time with work this month away from your family. You want to make sure that most of you are enjoying your time together because this looks like a really nice situation overall with your family. I feel like this may be the one time where things feel a little more um, balanced for you. For us, as far as this month is concerned, at least with the family. Anyways, who knows what goes on though? Eh? There could be other things. Let's see now. I'm going to move this up. Family. What else do we have? Yeah, because you know what? I'm hearing the peacekeeping. It's like you just want a stress-free month for a change. It's like, for gosh sakes. And I also feel like you put in too much time working, as I mentioned, maybe over the last while. And now it's a time of some calmness and peace, relaxation with the family. All right, let's see here. What else? What do we see about our relationships? That's what we're looking at now. Relationships can be any relationship, friendship, romance. We have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Oops, hang on. Yeah, let me move that down there. And we have, oh, Ten of Cups, upright. That's always a lovely card to see. All right. Now, what I'm getting, well, actually, this goes like this. Sorry. Order is important for me. So this card is the card you're finally taking off the bandage. You're finally taking off the blindfold and the ropes and seeing things the way they really are. That's with your significant other in your relationship. There could be I feel like it's more around your home life based on the Ten of Cups. things are coming to an end with this situation. I feel up to now, maybe you've been making excuses about a situation, and that things are not necessarily as rosy as they appear. Okay. Let me just pull another card to see what we have. Okay, we have the devil in the reverse. Yeah, which I often equate with this card on a stronger level. It's time to get rid of that devil problem in your life, in a relationship. It's pulling you down. There is a situation, I feel it's more related to a couple, whether it's romantic. This person has been, for the last while, has been causing you nothing but grief. There is the sense that they've sucked you in to be, number one, spending too much money. Maybe there's been too much partying. Maybe there's been a lot of excess of even shopping, whatever, spending. But now you've seen things. I feel like this is the month where you're actually going to see reality with this individual. It's not perfect situation, and there never is. But the Ten of Cups, because it's next to this card, it takes on a more, don't want to say sinister tone, but a little more negative. It's not what we think it is. There's no such thing as the perfect family with the little house and the dog and the kids and the whatever. That is only a state of being. So there's a completion here. There's a completion of making excuses and finally maybe even letting go. I feel like it's a letting go situation because the devil's in reverse. It's like you are ripping off those chains. You are not the victim. For some of you, this can indicate an abusive situation, and you're finally seeing the way things really are this month, my Libras. Okay. So I know that sounds not so nice as far as relationships go, but it doesn't say what you're going to do about the situation. It just indicates that this is the month where you're going to be seeing reality for what it is. I feel like for most of you, you've been probably fantasizing about how it really is, and it's not true. Okay, so let's see what the overall. Okay, the overall advice energy Libras are supposed to know. Librans, yeah, for this month of December. What is the advice or energy you should know? Perfect timing. Okay. And as we know, it's to act. It's a perfect moment for you to act on your inspirations. The doors are open. Don't delay or procrastinate. Good. So if there's something that you have been putting off, procrastinating, something that you know you should be acting on, this is the month you need to do it. And this really speaks to this situation. It also speaks to the financial too. It's like it's time to get rid of all this baggage that seems to be going on with the money, the job, the relationship. The only one that doesn't look too bad is this month for you Librans. It would be the family situation, although that can change, as we know. So the idea is that you want to try to minimize any situation that has been going on is toxic, whether that means actually physically leaving a situation or getting help, putting your head out of it, moving your head away from any toxic, if anything that's been going on that's just not serving you. It's time to let that go. Perfect timing this month, okay? So, Libra, I hope that something resonated for you. It's pretty straightforward for the most part this month for you guys. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Enjoy the month of December. Hopefully, it won't be that challenging for you. Take care and bye for now. Okay, Aquarius, we're going to be looking at your month of December as to what you can, what predictions can we get on your money, work, family, and relationships. All right, let's move this aside. Now let's go right into your money. What could you more or less expect for the month of December? Let's see here. Okay, Ten of Swords in the reverse. Okay, and then we have the Magician. Whoops, let me turn that up right so you can see that. Okay, so what we seem to have going on this month financially is you're just not able to, well, in the last while, I feel like you just have not been able to make things happen financially. I feel like you have been, it's on a treadmill of difficulty with your money. It's just, you know what? And I've said this in the other, I actually had the same card come up when I shuffled in the last reading, and I feel like these swords can sometimes represent even our creditors are on us, or you can't get them off your back, is the expression, right? Like you can see it. But this month of December, I feel like that's going to slowly start getting better towards the end of December for most of you Aquarius. But there's this feeling you have like your brain is muddled and you can't seem to get your shit together. I don't know why, because sometimes though, I mean, I do know why. Sometimes it's because we've got ourselves so far in financially, that it's just too deep, and you don't have enough money for the things that you want. I know things are getting very expensive. Let's see what other card the finances. Eight of Swords. Again, there's this realization this month for you, about your finances, and that you just have not been able to make it work. Yeah, like you don't have enough, clearly. It's the mental thing that's going on around and around your head. And maybe there's been a time where you just didn't pay enough attention to your spending. You didn't pay enough attention to what you're doing with your money. And now, this month of December, I feel like well, it may have been going on even before that, where it just feels like it's coming to a head. Okay. And now you have to face the music. Now you're seeing the writing on the wall. You see reality. You're seeing what's going on, and it's not pretty. And you are kind of in a panic, I feel like, over the money situation. But if it makes you feel any better, it looks like it's slowly going to get better as the month goes by, and maybe more into the new year. We don't know yet. Let us see about your work situation. Maybe that will shed some light onto it. For most of you Aquarius, let's see, my air signs. All right, let's look. What about your job situation? Let's see here. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Let's put that down. And we have the Six of Pentacles in the upright. So this month, I feel like for those of you who normally we get a bonus this month at work, I feel like it's just not necessarily coming. It may be that there's been, you're not getting what you want, or you may getting it, but it's not as much as you want. Same with any kind of raise or any kind of increase in money or help in any way. It doesn't have to be financially. It can be even your time. You are getting a little bit pissed off this month because I feel like you've been doing all the giving and you've been helping out, but you're not getting anything in return necessarily, whether it's financial or otherwise with your time and energy. So there is this feeling of dissatisfaction for you around the workplace. I feel like other people have been getting the help or getting what they need, but you're not. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, judgment in reverse. I feel like there's a lot of criticism around it. Let me move the Eight of Swords over here. Um, it's how you're feeling about the situation in the workplace. It's like it's not fair. It's not even. you it's this month in the work. I feel like it's a time of seeing things the way they are. Maybe you haven't been getting what you need out of this job. I feel like around your work situation, for those of you who aren't working, I feel like there's a dissatisfaction this month around not finding anything, maybe not getting, or if you have found something and maybe you have to start on a lower wage. Okay. So there is this negative energy around the work situation this month for my Aquarius people. It's like you aren't satisfied, you're not happy, you're discouraged, you're feeling like this isn't the right way. I'm supposed to be treated fairly, be treated better. There's that feeling or expectation, the dissatisfaction. Even for some of you, it's in what you're doing. You're actually the type of work you're doing. Some of you are where you feel like, the work is not meeting up to what you're getting paid to do. In other words, you're putting out a lot of work and you're doing that, but you're not getting equal pay for it. That's what I'm hearing. And the judgment card in reverse is a very negative judgment card. It's like that's criticalness. It's about judging the situation. It also could be judging the situation unfairly. You may be a little bit too judgmental about the situation. It may not be as bad as what you think, all right, around the work. So let us see what's happening around our family. Aquarius this month. Okay. Pull one card. What's happening around the family this month? Eight of Pentacles. Oops. Okay. There we go. In reverse. There's somebody in your family life that's not working. I mean, not actually, like unemployed. Okay. Let me see what else. Two of Wands. I feel like some people, this could be like when your university level kids decided to take like a year off or gap year, they call it. Um, they don't want to work. They want to take time out to travel. I feel like that speaks a lot. If there's a family member there, maybe you had high hopes for them that they would be going to school, and they're like, no, I'm not doing it. It's not in my plans right now. So I feel like there's that energy, that dissatisfaction for you. It's good for them because it looks like what they want. They've made that decision. They're not going to be doing the rat race or doing the work, and maybe not right away, or going to school, whichever way this falls under. There's also somebody who's made a choice about in your family life. I feel like they were supposed to help you with something and they've dropped the ball. Like they haven't been there to do it for you, or they're not going to be this month. They, for whatever reason, they don't do it. Okay. It may be that they got distracted by something else or something else came up in the meantime. And it may be totally innocent. It may not be that they were being mean about it or rude. Let's see what it is, maybe, eh? Let's see. Oh, maybe too much partying this month, too much fun with their friends, too much celebrating going on this month. I feel like, and that's also applies to the younger family members who are not going to be working. They're having a good time with their friends. They don't want to work. They're like, and as long as you keep providing them with money or whatever, it's not being judgmental. They may continue doing that for a while. Sometimes we have to put our foot down, right? If there's a situation in your family where somebody is just out there having too good at a time and they're not actually going to school or working, well, it might be time to make that break, make that decision. Um, and that, you know what, this is the way it has to be. You either work, go to school, I'm not paying for it. Okay. It looks like whatever the case is, somebody has been too busy this month to, in the family, to help you out or provide you what you need. They've dropped the ball. Okay. So let's move this down here. See if I can get that in the shot. Oh no, it's too far over. Okay, let's move this here. See if you can see that. Ah, it is way too far over, isn't it? Okay, a little more there. Okay, now let's see what is happening in our relationship world. There's also somebody, and this is very specific, there is somebody that's planning a trip with their friends and your family, or a get together, or plans to do something together. Maybe they're going to be moving in together. For some reason, like they haven't really looked into this very well. They've making that decision, but I feel like they're not really ready for that yet, financially, mostly. Like it's like, yeah, it's going to be fun, it's going to be great, we're going to have fun together, but who's going to be paying for this? That's kind of what I'm hearing. That's frustrating. Okay, where's the practical measures on that whole thing, that whole situation? Hey, Aquarius, what's happening with the relationships? Could be friends, could be a loved one, romantic, whatever. So, Aquarius, what is going on? Queen of Pentacles and Three of Swords, but in the reverse. Oh dear, somebody's got their heart broken in the past. And so, for some of you, Aquarius, there is a woman coming back into your life, I feel. Somebody that hurt you in the past, an ex. She's not a bad person. It's just whatever happened, happened. But I feel like they could be coming back to try to make amends, or maybe to get back together. For some of you, and that's very specific, some of you, it's about forgiveness. If this is representing you, I feel like you're letting go of a hurt situation. Okay, this month, I feel like you've had enough of um, being hurt in this relationship, and it's time that you're finally going to let it go and forgive what's happened. It's like this is the moving on time, okay? It's like you're letting it go and moving on. Let's see here. The death and the upright. So yeah, it's transformative. We know that. The death card is also very much about moving into a new chapter in your life this month. If it's on a significant level in a relationship. It's also maybe just about the death of how you see somebody. If an ex is coming back, you may not take them back. You might be looking at them going, you know what? It's not the same anymore. I can't, we're not going there. So, also on a smaller scale, in towards or with respect to your relationship this month, I feel like there is this something in your relationship shifted, ended, and it might just be how you see them. You've been disappointed in the last while. Let's see how that works. Yeah, the King of Pentacles in reverse. So you know what it tells me? It's like you thought maybe it's about actually spending, to be honest. Maybe you thought they were good at something financially, a good in business, a good father, a good husband, a good spouse, a good wife. And I feel like that is not actually the case. You've been disappointed, you've been hurt, but now you're seeing things for what they really are. There's a situation that there's some spending that should have ended with this person, this King of Pentacles. I feel like they've been taking advantage of you, potentially financially even, or with your time or your energy. And that needs to stop. That needs to stop. You need to end it. You need to let go of it and try to move on and forget it, forgive whether it's on a small scale or a large scale. They just have not been what you were hoping. Okay. Maybe they're spending just too much money this month on a simple scale. And it's like, this is going to cause a lot of problems, or it has caused problems in the past, and you don't have the money. And I feel like they're constantly maybe spending. They're spenders, this guy or this woman, this Queen of Pentacles. I feel like it's more him, whoever the him is in your relationship, whether it's a spouse or a friend. There's somebody that is just constantly making bad decisions about their money, their time, their efforts in this particular relationship. And that has to stop because, as you notice here, these are actually a perfect pair. It's what we would call it in tarot because they're both of the pentacles. But unfortunately, at this point, you're not seeing eye to eye on the spending this month, Aquarius. You are my Aquarius people. So I feel like with him or her, because this could represent a female energy too, or a male energy. I mean, it can represent a female with a male energy. Okay. So maybe they've always been somebody, it could be a woman who's always been very good with money and makes good decisions and everything. Suddenly that there's this disagreement. You're not seeing eye to eye on a situation this month about something as far as spending or spending time together or money or so let's see. It could even be, yeah, spending time together. There's this feeling you just don't get to see that person as much this month. And that feels like as if you've broken up, as if it's ended, but it's not. It's just that that's how it feels. Okay. So let's see. So, in other words, you might be spending some time alone, Aquarius, some of you. I mean, from this person, anyways, not necessarily from family, but let's see. Let's see what we can get. If this doesn't, I was going to say this family situation, if this is not a child of yours, it's somebody in your family. It could even be a cousin. It could be, there's a family member in there that is making some bad decisions, I was going to say. Or maybe it's just not, maybe it's not bad decision. It's just, it's not in line with what you would expect or want them to do, right? Um, I feel like they've been spending too much time. It could be anybody in your family who you feel has been so focused on just having a good time that you're not you're not top priority to them. There's that aspect too. Okay. So let's see what advice, Aquarius, you get from the situation on this month of December overall. What does Aquarius need to hear? Oh, just over so you can kind of see the whole spread. I don't even really have a spread, as you can tell. It's just kind of two or three. But that's how I like to read them. Every reader has their own. Let's see here. But in this case, I think I did pull the extra card just to get more detail, perhaps, on what actually could be going on. There. How's that? That's better. All right. Let me pull a card over the overall energy this month for you, Aquarius. What do you need to pay attention to? What advice? No, so there's two cards. If it was one, I would have kept it. What advice do you need to hear? Acceptance. Okay, let me turn it so you can actually see the card. Acceptance. Okay. It says, see yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. I'm hearing it about this situation with the family. It's like, it may, as I said, it may not be the way you would do it, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong. It's just you have to accept that this is what they want and this is what's important to them and just let it go. Acceptance also around this situation doesn't mean you have to put up with it. You don't have to tolerate it. You can speak about it. You can talk about the situation and then accept the way it is. If this means this relationship reading tells me that you're disappointed because you're not spending enough time with this person this month, you can talk about it. There's no question about that, but you need to maybe that's just the way it is. Maybe they have other obligations going on. Doesn't mean they don't care about you. Just might mean that you're not fitting into the schedule, unfortunately. And nobody really wants to hear that. So acceptance that sometimes these situations we caused, a financial one, right? We have to let that go, I'm afraid. Okay, doesn't mean you can't fix it. It just means you have to accept that this is the way it is right now for the month of December, my Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed your reading and enjoy your month despite some of the challenges going on. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.